And happy Friday. As I promised, every Friday I will be going on and talking about a subject that can help guide us in our life, as life can be crazy, chaotic, and messy. Um, and so today's topic is about discerning intuition and trusting yourself again. Um, in a world that is bombarded with information, right? We're all constantly being fed information from the outside. However, intuition is information from the inside, information that our cells have held, or even we can go further, our DNA has held for generations and generations. And we are not taught this. And as you can see, it causes an issue with being able to trust yourself over someone else's opinion or over someone else's suggestion. And this is a huge issue as you are the one that knows best for you. And our intuition is here to guide us to things that are best for us. And only you can know that. But in order to know that, in order to be secure in yourself, in your intuition, in your discernment, choosing what is right and what is not right for you, is to strengthen your intuition. And so, in my practice, I have been practicing for a really long time since uh, 2019. 2019, after I got my life coach certification. And it has changed so much um, with the intuition and the relationship I have with my intuition. Because remember, just like a muscle, if we don't practice it, and if we've never practiced it, it will be really weak. And so we have to practice that muscle. And so, how do we get to that state? How do we get to trusting our intuition when we're so used to listening to others over our own guidance, our own inner GPS, and as Louise Hay will say, our own inner being? Okay, and um, you may call it just a feeling or whatever it is, but it's it's the wisdom coming from your body. And so one of the things that I do every day is I journal. And this really does help with trusting yourself again, with getting your feelings out and connecting with your feelings. Because again, we have been disconnected from ourselves and so connected to the outer world of internet, of social media, of scrolling until like we are cross-sighted. It is crazy. And I feel like if we're gonna get somewhere to move into our own trust within our whole being, we have to learn that. We have to learn the intuition. We have to learn what that feels like. We have to learn how to strengthen it and to put it to practice every day. Okay. And so if you haven't already, I highly suggest to start journaling. If you don't journal, then you can start by just doing it once a day. Or if you want, you can try twice um, a week, right? You like start slow in baby steps, and then when you feel you're ready for the next step, then you say, okay, I'm going to do two, challenge yourself, do three, and then so on. And so journaling is a huge way to trust yourself again, as you can tune in to what is inside of you, what's in your head, get it out, and then start really connecting to what's going on within you instead of connecting to everything on the outside, because we can highly connect to the outside really quick, right? The second thing is to really start start asking yourself how you're feeling um, about a situation. For example, you can say, how do I feel being in this relationship? Okay. And start having a dialogue with yourself, because it is that when you start having a dialogue with yourself every day, you get stronger in that muscle. And I mentioned it over and over again, just as we exercise our muscles, um, and they get bigger, right? With resistance and with training, we have to start exercising and practicing our intuition muscle. It's a muscle. If we are not taught how to use it, how do you how do we expect to get through this life of all of this stuff coming at us and being confused, because we have been taught as um, children to listen to others. And if you were highly in tuned or come from a family that is already have that grounded into their practice, then that is super beautiful. It's very rare, but super beautiful. And thank you for, I'm sure you're sharing your wisdom with others. And one person I can think of that really has helped me along my way is Sonia Choquette. If you haven't heard of her, she is an intuitive author. She's a speaker. She's a mother. She's a lot of things. She plays these roles, right? And so she is one of my um, she is one of my spiritual leaders to practice how to strengthen that muscle. And you can look her up and use her guides and use her wisdom and use her books to help you as well. But I'm sharing that with you because um, there are people out there that are like really good at it, and they become mediums and psychics and all these things, and it's really beautiful. And to be quite honest with you, we're all psychic. It's if we are practicing that sixth sense, so to speak, your sixth sense of following your intuition. And I don't even know why it's a sixth sense, because it's 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 natural. It's natural to do it when you don't have outside sources coming at you 24/7. It's interesting. And so this is why big like is so important as this day and age is so hooked on, obsessed with electronics, obsessed with getting the information from others and not even like tuning into their own intuition, because we have it all in here. Everything is within, not without. And everything you see out there is a reflection of where we're at in our society. Um, yeah, number one, so it's journaling. Start with your journaling. Start slow with baby steps. Take a piece of paper and just start writing how you feel about the situation, how you feel about this person, and go from there. Okay, the second one that I do regularly is I tune in and I have a dialogue with how I feel, right? Did I say that already? I don't even know. how I feel, how I feel with this decision, how I feel in this environment, how I feel in this location. You're you're gonna be more in tune with the area that you're in will either support you, and I've mentioned this many times, they'll either support you or it won't, and you'll feel it. You won't feel light. You'll feel kind of contracted, and you're like, oh, I need more lightness around here. I feel density. I feel other people's heaviness. It's interesting, but once you get stronger in your intuition, you'll be able to know I mean, what's right for you and what's not. And that's when the discernment comes into place. Is this right for me? Taking out the logic, taking out, yeah, going within the list and taking that logic out and being like, what feels right to me? Tuning into what feels right to me. Because again, going back, there's science backing this up with the Heart Math Institute, where the heart is 50 times stronger than our brain. It has an intelligence of its own. And when we listen to that, we are making better decisions. We're not double questioning ourselves. We're not doubting ourselves because we know now that, man, that my intuition's given me yeah, this feels lighter, this feels good, this feels expansive, right? I've talked about that feeling expansive, or does that place contract you and it feels dark and not right? You feel it, okay? Um, and so, yes, having a relationship with your emotion, with your feelings. Are you tuned into them? Are you realizing that what you're doing is making you sick, or making it's causing this, I won't say dissonance, it's not a right match with you, and you'll know. Okay. um so, and then the third one, oh, is a huge one, was a huge one for me, that I was able to break through after becoming a life coach, is the people pleasing. I used to people please like no other mother, like whatever you, like that movie, whatever you like, from, I forgot that movie, but I was just saying yes to everyone and everything. I was busy all the time. I wasn't taking time for myself, literally putting myself last on the list. I didn't even have myself on the list because I didn't even know about journaling. I didn't know about practicing meditation. I didn't know any of that. And so when we take the time to say no to others so we can say yes to ourselves, like carve the time, because remember, all of us have 24 hours in a day. It's what you're putting your priority on. Is it priority on all your to-do lists? Is it a priority on your chores? Is it a priority on scrolling on social media? Is it a priority on watching a game? What are the priorities? What are your values? And this is where the values come into play. What do you value? Because what you value, you put first. I'm gonna tell you that one more time. Even though we all like may say, hey, we want to work out, we want to put ourselves first, but we're not making that connection from the intention to the action. There's a disconnect. That's where you will identify That's my value right now. My value, if I'm saying I am gonna be healthy person, healthy person works out. A healthy person eats nutritious food, right? Compared to if you say I'm gonna be, I don't know, you want to be a business person. What does a business person do? Oh gosh, this is where I lost myself, and I will share this with you. Becoming a business person or learning business side of anything, you get more into your logical brain, and it becomes, you have to find that balance between the doing and the being, right? And this is where we fine tune our skills with the doing and the being, the listening, and then like the doing the business part of connecting, networking, and all that. Like you can get lost in that world. And if you guys have ever seen that movie, Soul, I definitely recommend it because it is a it's the truth on losing someone's self. Someone, they have a part where on there a person lose themselves to their work. You see them in their cubby all day trying to make a sale, trying to, I don't know, make a connection, a networking, um, in their profession, and it's it's sad. Like you will see the people that are lit up, that they love their job, and you'll see the people that are just like it's soulless. It's not giving them fulfillment of what they're here to do. And I'm here to remind you that again, we're here to make that balance. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with business, but there comes a balance between that, between receiving and doing and being having your business and being balanced in all of it, and not having it like take your soul, or not take your soul, but like really dampen your soul because you lost yourself in the part of business world. So to all those entrepreneurs and new um, lovely souls that want to start a business, I highly suggest you have something in the works that you do weekly on balancing that feminine aspect and the masculine aspect so that you are fulfilled. Because again, I only speak from experience. It happened with me, and I'm sure maybe if you go back, you'll see where I lost that balance because I wasn't excited, because it was just pushing myself, because they say this is how you do things. This is how you are able to get out there and make those connections and, do business. But again, it comes a balance. So I share this with you so that you can learn from me. I'm always about learn from me, but everybody is learning from their experience too. So maybe you can be ahead of the game. Be ahead of the game. I'm giving you my experience, some tips and tools so that you don't have to go through that experience. But nonetheless, you're on your soul's growth, and so you do what's best for you. But again, the three things to strengthen your intuition is journaling, right? If you have not journaled, start journaling. Second thing is being connected with your emotions. Start asking yourself, how do I feel about this? Taking the logical brain out. How do I feel about this? How does this feel in my body? How does this feel in this relationship? How does this feel in this situation? How does this feel in this location? Okay. And then third one is stop being a people pleaser. Stop being a people pleaser and putting yourself first. Because not unless you start putting yourself first, you are not going to strengthen your intuition. Because you'll be saying yes to everybody else but yourself, ignoring your wisdom that's coming from within. Okay. So I'm doing this to help. I hope this has um, given you a little guidance, some inspiration to guide you on the next step of your life and to gain that tips and tools, right? We all love tips and tools from those that have been already through it. And so thank you for being here. Take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't so that you can strengthen your intuition. You can strengthen your discernment on what's right for you and what's not. And you can strengthen your inner knowing, your inner wisdom, because it is within ourselves that we have all the information that we need. Okay. So I love you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And I will see you on the next video. Love you.